Um, so today we're going to talk about our fencing. It's up, yay! And also, we only have one little piece of sad news. We lost Coco, our oldest alpaca. Uh, Natural causes, old age, and he passed peacefully. We have buried him up the back behind the barn and planted a tree on top, and that's going to be Coco's tree. So sorry to see him go because he's quite the character. But yeah, that's the only piece of sad news. But everything else is positive, and yeah, let me show you around the fencing. So this is the front corner of our section at roadside, and what we've got here is a 7 wire caught around and battened farm fencing that can be electrified if we want to. Um, so the importance of the battens is that stock can't squeeze through, because you get a nice big cow, it'll get through wires. It just, once it gets one leg through and its shoulders through, it'll push its way through. So yeah, we've made sure that the road boundary is all battened to stop that from happening. So as we come up to what we call the residential part of our property, we went with post and rail. This is the wonderful fencing company that we used. They are based in Stratford, and they're lovely young, well, probably not that young, but young compared to us, young couple, and I cannot speak highly enough of them. They've done really quality work, and also the effort. They were here in the pouring rain and wind and cold, and getting it done for us, and we really appreciate that. So yeah, thanks Adam, thanks Jess, you guys were amazing. Yeah, we're really stoked with the job they've done. Also, we've also got a wire down the front here, and that's to stop the dogs from going underneath. The boys know their boundary pretty well, but it does help to have that there if they get a little bit excited if there's a dog on the other side. Also stops other dogs from coming in. So yeah, so far that has worked really well. Now the gates we actually bought those separately and had them delivered by a company called Coleman Gates, and again very happy with the workmanship on those. So along this boundary here, we haven't done any new fencing, but we will eventually add some battens like we have on that front boundary, just to stop the neighbours' cows from coming through, because I have some young calves and they don't have any fencing that holds them in, so we'll need to do that on our side. So yeah, the gate that used to be down the front has been repurposed and is now here up the back, leading into our, I guess you call, farmlet or paddocks, where we keep livestock. So yeah, I'm really glad we were able to repurpose that, because it is a good farm gate. It's aged well, it's still solid as. Yeah, so that's really cool that we're able to reuse things as much as we can. And look, we have a clothesline. I forgot to mention that. Gosh, it has been a long time coming. It's retractable, so we thought, you know what, we've got some posts already in here. Let's just use those, and then when we need to bring a tractor through, we just close up the clothesline. So easy as. So this is our yard with race and loading ramp for new stock or sending stock out. We haven't used it for the cows yet. I will be using it for drenching as well, but we have already used it for our neighbours who, I'll show you a bit later in the video. We had a foal come through. We're not sure how. I'm pretty sure the only way was for it to jump. Luckily it wasn't hurt. Yeah, so I'll show you a little snippet of that as well. But yeah, it's really solid, good thick rail, good construction, good solid gates, and it held a skittery foal and large mare easily. So I mean, obviously a cow's got a bit more weight behind them, but when we get them in here they'll be having molasses and treats and stuff, so all going well. It should be a nice calm area. A lot of running and sweat and chasing the cows away who were chasing the poor foal, and shutting the boys up who want to help. Go to bed. You were told to go to bed now. But they were spooking the horses. Mum and daughter are reunited. Bed. Now we've just got to get the younger one harnessed. So as you can see here, this is our residential boundary, as we call it. And then if we go up the back here, we've put in like a central, dividing into two, our back paddock. So this is the basic fencing that we've put in. So it's just a quarter round and 4 wires, but we, as you can see, we can electrify this, even just using the portable unit there if we want to. And so basically, through winter we're just moving the girls, instead of break feeding, we're just moving them paddock to paddock, plus we'll be topping up with hay. You can see they've eaten off this whole paddock here with the help of the alpacas as well. But we will, once they get through this lot, if we haven't bounced back enough in here, we'll move to baleage feed. And, oh well, who are you hunting? Try and keep on top of the rodent population as our cat's falling behind. So we've been leaving this gate open and letting these boys come and go from the back paddock into here, save us on petrol for the lawnmower, and also just giving a little bit of time for their paddock to bounce back and get back to normal. Bear, leave it. Here. Yeah, he thinks I'm hurting them. No, come. Good boy, yes, leave it. So they've been coexisting pretty well with the dogs. It's just that if I'm walking up around them and talking, they think that I'm wanting to move them. Hey boys. So starting here, this is the back corner of our residential area. We have another quarter round plus batten 7-wire fence. Even though it's not a boundary, the reason we've done this is because of the orchard, because we don't want stock in there. So inside here, as well as the orchard, I mean, this is basically our where we grow our food. So you can see the winter greens all going really well through there. We've already been eating quite a bit of silver beet. I'm going to try and do something with some rhubarb as well. Yum. So I've been pulling that fence down because it's not needed now. Chooks away at the moment, because the little buggers have been laying somewhere and I don't know where. So we probably have like a dozen eggs hiding, and I got no idea where they are, which is not cool. So they're staying in there for a few days so we can get some eggs. Tunnel house slowly getting organised. I've got a few seedlings in there, a whole lot of cardboard in there too for those end gardens, so I can finally get them filled. It's only taken a year. So this is what we call our pedestrian gate. So that takes us through into our gardening and orchard and chook zone. Yeah, so it doesn't look like much here, but this bed is actually full of garlic, just planted. This one is going to have onion. I've got the seedlings, I just need to weed the garden. This one's got beets, cabbage and collie, and that's got broad beans and winter lettuce. Like I said, those back two gardens there, I've got to get that cardboard in and get the topsoil into it. The playground, we're going to move over this side. We'll probably do that in summer once we've levelled all this out. We've still got a lot of ruts from back when the house got lifted and we had the cranes got stuck. Yeah, and then we've got one more gate down here, leading into what will be the alpacas area, just so that we can get a vehicle through this side if we need to as well, or a float. I am still just going to use temporary fencing around the orchard, which I'm in the process of putting up and electrifying for when I move the boys back in. Starting to look nice and lush in here, that's good. Yeah, so we're getting there, but yay, we have fencing, and fencing means these boys get so much playtime now instead of being shut away all the time. And we've seen the difference. They're really happy, they're calmer. Also helps we don't have tradies here all the time now too. I did have to put some electrical wire around these trees though, because the alpacas had a good go at them. Yeah, so again, huge shout out to AC Fencing. You guys did an amazing job. We are really, really, really happy. Yeah, awesome couple, great attitude, great workmanship. Well done, guys. Thanks heaps.